Believe you can create, see it as innate in the dream room. Yeah, we're bringing dreams alive in the place to shine in the dream room. Yeah.
Welcome to the Dream Room with Amytra, the space where sound, soul, and story meet. I'm your host, Amytra, artist, dreamer, and voice for the creative undercurrent. Today, I have the deep joy of sharing this space with a rising voice from Nigeria, an indie Afrobeat artist whose music carries rhythm, message, and spirit. His name is Mikel, and this marks his first release in the U.S. Mikel blends the ancestral pulse of Afrobeat with modern storytelling, grounded in faith, roots, and rhythm. He's a father, a husband, and a creative navigating the journey between continents and soundscapes. We met in an open mic jam. You know how musical connections can spark in a room. And what struck me wasn't just his voice, but his presence. I promise you'll feel it too.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Amytra. Appreciate it.
So, Mikel, take us back. What was the first sound, moment, or memory that made you fall in love with music?
Well, I mean, when you put it like that, I don't have any choice but to give you an answer. Um, well, I actually grew up in a music listening family. You know, I never really saw my dad sing or perform, but he listened. He loved music, and as much as you know how like sometimes you just don't want to hear nothing. Then over time, that's the only thing that you're surrounded by. Then it becomes a part of you. Then you end up, you know how they say, if you can beat them, you join them.
Yeah.
That was with me and my parents. My dad used to listen to Fela Kuti.
Mm.
Used to listen to a lot of old Nigerian artists like Ebenezer Obey, King Sunny Ade, a lot of like Majek Fashek,
Hmm.
Vasky Mono. So that is the foundation I came from, and I kind of like started wanting to do it myself when I got into college. you
Hmm.
know I started it was actually when I actually fell in love with Chris Brown. Like when Chris Brown came outside
Oh, Chris
in
Brown.
like in the early 2000s, like 2005, 2006. I left high school around that time, 2008 or so, and Chris Brown came out, and I just like, man, I want to be like this guy so bad, you know.
Okay.
And I
Okay.
still want to be like him.
Really?
Hopefully, one day we'll get to do a song
Very.
together. But he was
Oh.
my major inspiration. And over time, a lot of Nigerian artists started doing music, and their music kind of like became really modernized, and it was really amazing. So I've had to learn, like, find a way to learn from the Nigerian artists that were coming out and the American artists I were listening to, and find a way to create a niche for myself,
Hmm.
blend both words and create a Mikel sound out of it.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was a background singer for a Nigerian artist, Victor Esiet and the
Oh, yeah.
Mandators.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and
I
my
would, yeah, the mandators for sure.
yeah, and so when I heard your music at the open mic, it took me back instantly, and
Yeah,
the sounds are just good music,
for
I
sure.
love his
Thank you.
song, The Bubbler, you know.
Thank you.
So, yeah, Afrobeat has such a strong cultural and political heartbeat. What does it mean to you personally,
Afrobeat.
Afrobeat?
Afrobeat means a lot to me, but personally for me, it comes natural because I'm a Nigerian, I'm African. So even if I don't want to consider, or let's say for example I don't do Afrobeats, people will not like, I don't think the world will have any choice but to categorize my kind of music as Afrobeats because of where I come from. I'm a representation of where I come from. So Afrobeat is a part of me and I'm a part of Afrobeats. That's the way I see it.
Mhm.
You understand? It's like when you go to church in the United States and when you go to church in Nigeria, the sounds and the elements you hear are a little bit different you
Mhm.
know so you're able to tell that, okay, this is how church music is in this part of the world, and the same thing with the United States. So for me, Afrobeat is it's me and I'm Afrobeat. It's my personality. It's everything I breathe. It's the food I eat.
Mhm.
It's my major inspiration and I inspire it. So it's basically, that's just what it is. I'm African and I'm an Afrobeat artist.
Wonderful. Okay. What is something non-Nigerian audiences often miss about Afrobeat or African music that you wish they understood?
Well, um, so personally for me, I feel like we're at a point where people don't ask those questions no more. You know, Afrobeat is finally getting its global recognition. This was how reggae music started back in the 70s and the 80s.
Mm.
So what I would say is I've not actually, a lot of people don't, a lot of non African music audience that listen to Afrobeat, out of curiosity, they try to like, you know, put it into the category of world music,
Mhm.
you know, and anything that is not American or European is categorized as a world music, but it used to be like that until recently that, we are now able to consider this a category of music, a genre of music.
Mhm.
So people don't ask that question no more. When you tell them you do Afrobeat music, it's still a lot of people that don't know what it is, but I'm very, very glad that right now I can tell you for a fact that 70% know what Afrobeat is.
Sure.
Yeah.
Mhm. Okay. So you're a Christian. How does
Yeah.
your faith flow into your music and creative choices, if at all?
For me, being a Christian gives me room to have restrictions, you know? So I have the flexibility, the freedom to do what I want to, but knowing fully well that I'm a believer is the reason why I can't fully, like I want to also have it at the back of my mind that there are some things I can't do, or there are some things I can't say, or there are some things I don't want to identify with. That is just what being Christian for me is. I can do my Afrobeat music. I can talk about a girl. I can talk about anything, but my faith is the reason why I'm not able to do extreme stuff with my music, you know. And I don't want to give examples, but I believe you understand what I'm
Sure.
saying, right? Like the things we stand by, the truth we stand on, who we believe in is the reason why we are not able to like be extreme versions of ourselves, because that would be us losing ourselves when we become extreme. So I'm really thankful for that.
So, to sum it up, you would say that you can cover any topic you want,
Right.
but the way that you express it would be informed by your values.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes. Thank you.
You're welcome. Would you say that your music is a form of ministry, meditation, or something else?
Well, so I think I don't know if it's a ministry or anything because I'm not a pastor or anything. I don't want to use the word ministry. I feel
Okay.
like I feel like we should just use the word like just whatever it is that you go through. I'm a product of my environment. I'm a product of my experiences, you know, and my music comes from that. Like I like a lot of my songs are love songs, you know. I do have some of my songs are vulgar words and all that, but that is just me expressing myself the best way I can.
Mhm.
So that is what my music is about. My music is very, very relative. The common Nigerian, the common man that have been through a lot in different part of the world. It doesn't have to be whether you're in Africa or you're in Brazil. It's just because the things we go through are similar, regardless of wherever you come from. So those kind of people are probably the people that are probably going to enjoy my music more. You understand?
Mhm.
Because I sing from a place of personality and experience.
Yes, you do. I
Oh yeah.
remember that.
Oh yeah.
That's you really touched me. So, you're launching your first US release. Tell us about the track and what this moment means to you.
Oh, well, this moment is everything, you know. Um so it's gonna be about a month actually tomorrow since I released the song. And it's titled Selah, you know. I've been wanting to release a song. I've been, I'm a year and 9 months, 10 months now because it's the new month, you know. in almost 2 years in the United States. Like my plan since I got into here was to get my get my bearing, get my foot running, and just know that okay, I'm a little bit settled, then move on to what I want to pursue, which is my music career. The United States has given me the opportunity to be able to express myself with nobody holding me down. It's not the same way with being in Nigeria. You can do whatever it is you want to do here. So Selah, the title of my song, that's the title of my new song, is it's a Hebrew word, and it means pause. So me, I'm a very, very imaginative songwriter. I like to imagine things. As much as some of those stuff, I have been through some of them. Like it's talking about a girl that I wanted to take out on a date on a Tuesday, and she never showed up. But if you hear the song, every other part of the song, the verses, doesn't give you the impression that she didn't show up. But in reality, she never did.
Oh.
But that was just me and my imagination trying to see how I can create an alternate reality. You
That's so
understand?
cool.
An alternate reality of what could have happened in the event that she actually showed up. And that was the reason why, like, I was like, I know, it's a Tuesday. We go meet for the place, like, and I'll be running to you, baby Selah. Like, if she had showed up, there was just so many things we could have done, and she probably would have enjoyed it, and I would have had fun too. But like I said, the title of the song Selah is a Hebrew word which means pause. So I use the opportunity to pause, reflect, and create a whole song about how my date went.
All right.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, listeners, this is Selah by Mikel. Enjoy.
Zele, deli, zele. Google tu zele. Ungo Zulu. Baby Selah, zele. Deli, zele. Google tu zele. Ungo Zulu. Baby Selah. From the first time when I met you, now you make me they fly like eagle. Give me wing, spread boo. I do night class so I can clear you. When I saw you, girl, I daily Google. This search is over, girl, I don't find you. Give me butterflies from my inu. Like the way me pass all I lead to you. I know, it's a Tuesday. We gon' meet for the place, and I be wanting to you. Baby Selah, I know, it's a Tuesday. We gon' meet for the place, and I feel like to you. Baby Selah, Selah, deli, Selah, Google tu Selah, Ungo Zulu. Baby Selah, Selah, deli, Selah, Google tu Selah, Ungo Zulu. Baby Selah, hello, make I hear you by my baby, oh. If you date, make you follow. Nothing compares to my lady, oh yeah. Hello, my baby so pass it for more. She give me life like a Billy Cat. I'm not the man you know la no. Saubona, forever. It's like you can make me better. No relenta, follow meta. I am man, I want be forever. No reason, not the one, yeah. Make I take you go see my mama. I'm papa, I'm my sister. Make I show you see I know the lamba. I put it on you and let it shock you. Not cause I want you, or that is I overlook. So what are we gonna do? Yeah, let me love you. Every day make a jikolo before you. When I know Pizazu, I take us for you. When them there, they go see my job for table. I'm a baby for you. Yeah, let me take you all over the world. I know, it's a Tuesday. We gon' meet for the place, and I be wanting to you. Baby Selah, I know, it's a Tuesday. Gon' meet for the place. Baby, say that. Daily, daily, Google it too. Ungo Anzulu. Baby, say that. Daily, daily, Google it too. Ungo Anzulu. Baby, say that.
What themes or emotions do you hope Selah would stir in a listener?
Now, a lot of Nigerian music comes from a place of just vibing. It's a vibe, you know. It's a vibe, and it's a new vibe, like when you hear this song, before I want to assume we're in this part of the world, people like to like actually listen and actually want to like read the lyrics and want to, sing along. That is how it is in this part of the world. But
Mhm.
most of the time in Nigeria, we really don't care about the lyrics like that. We just want
No?
to, yeah, we are all about party
Vibe. You
and
said vibe.
yeah, vibing. Like the moment the beat hits you in Nigeria, nobody cares whether you're talking about anything. You just dance.
Okay.
You probably have danced many times before you realize what this
What the
guy was
song's
talking
about.
You know what I'm saying? But in the United States, it's not like that. Like I've been to several open mics since I dropped my song, and a lot of people have actually like Shazam the song, and they actually came to ask me what it is about. Nobody asked me what it is about if I was in my country.
Right.
So people are more like intellectually in tune with songs, with music. They really, really they want to identify by a song.
Mhm.
So for me, Selah is the kind of song that when you listen to it, you're gonna identify by it because it's very, very relative. You could have, you could have gone, you could relate with it if you've ever, gone into a date with a girl, your first date, perfect date, how your date went. Now I understand that he had so many languages involved, English and all that, but that's where you trying to read the lyrics come to play. So if you
Yeah.
read the lyrics, you'll be able to see that there's some English words that were spoken, and you'll probably be able to understand what the song is about. But it gets you dancing because that's what Afrobeats gets you doing. You dance first, and then it's a conscious music, It's a whole lot of words in it. So you can actually sing along,
Okay.
for sure.
That's great. So I want to circle back to something you said earlier, that there was a lot of more things you can do in America as far as your music that you can't
Right.
do in Nigeria. Could you tell me more about that?
Oh yeah, like like I'm not even gonna lie to you. In Nigeria, I was a busker. When I left college,
A busker.
yeah, a
Okay.
busker. So guys, you know how
You sing on the
yeah,
road and
yeah,
you get
street,
money for it.
yeah,
Street
for
singer.
sure. Like a street performer. I
Yes,
played the
sir.
guitar. So for me, my strategy was when I left college back in 2016, I didn't want to go and get a job, even though I could get a job. I'm a bachelor degree holder, and but I wanted to do my music because I felt like going to school restricted me. It held me down. I'm thankful for going to school, but at the end of the day, my first love is what I enjoy doing, which is music. I like to sing. I like to be at my best version when I sing.
Mhm.
So going back, I was a busker. I had the opportunity to to sing and play the guitar on the streets of Lagos. I was, you know, shuffling between clubs. My strategy wasn't to just go to different places because busking is not really a big deal in Nigeria. It's not like when you find yourself in the United States, somewhere in New York, and you put your hat on the ground and you're playing and somebody throws coins at you, or you're in the United Kingdom. Those are big deals. They literally have busking conferences events where a lot of buskers from every part of the world meet and show their talent. They have it in this part of the world, but it's not like that in Nigeria. I think it's a new thing, you know.
Okay.
So that is one of the restrictions I was talking about.
Okay.
Number one. And number two, from a financial place, he really, like I really wanted to get signed until I realized that, man, signing to a record label might probably not be it for me, because at some point I was, I think a lot of people that wants to sign you don't want you to ask too many questions, and I ask a lot of questions, and
Mhm.
sometimes the questions have me just not reaching out to them anymore,
Right.
So, but then those were my restrictions because I didn't have the financial backing I wanted, you know. I was able to do open mics. I'm fascinated about open mic. I've been doing open mics. I had my favorite spot called Bogobiri back in Victoria Island in Lagos,
Mhm.
And a lot of artists like Thames, they actually came out from open mics, but Thames is big right now. So those restrictions, I don't have that in the United States.
Mhm.
You can decide, you can have a plan in the United States. You can go work somewhere, that pays as little as Costco, or work in a gas station. If you have a plan, 1 year, 2 years, save your money like I did, and throw all that money into one song or two songs.
Mhm.
Because I'm not scared to invest in my music. I just didn't have the financial backing I wanted, But
Excellent.
now I have that opportunity to do anything. And by anything, I mean I can drive from here to another 100 miles to go do open mic if I want to, because I have my car, I have my gas money, and I can afford to book an Airbnb wherever I find myself, and I can still go back to my work on Monday. You
Right.
understand what I'm saying?
I do.
Those were the things I was telling you. Like, it's a different ball game in the United States. I'm thankful to be here.
So, what is your strategy now that you're here?
My strategy is basically to leverage on knowing fully well it's not, it's crazy money to actually be a superstar.
Oh yeah.
So my strategy is to hit the ground running from a grassroots level. It's going to be a community thing for me.
Mhm.
Just like I met you, I've met a lot of people too, and it has actually been amazing. I was at Limat's restaurant in Berkeley. I was at East Bay Coffee in Pino. I was at another one in Vallejo. I've been going to different spots, Music City in San Francisco. Just even if it's 10 people or 4 people you find, that's my strategy. I'm not interested in crowd right now. I'm interested in building a community for my music. That is my strategy.
That
Because
sounds
my
like an
my, my,
excellent
my
idea.
music doesn't have a community. I'm not in Nigeria where I can leverage on all that opportunity, placement and all that. And then maybe you can have a show, but I'm not there now. And in the United States, nobody knows me and I don't really know a lot of people. But if you can do it from a grassroots level, be friends, build community, build relationship by wherever you find people, well, you never know what will happen in 6 months or a year.
That's right.
hmm
As a husband and father, how do your family and artistry inspire each other?
Well, for me, I've always had it at the back of my mind, like, so this was how I played it out, like God, music, and family,
Mhm.
Nothing is as important as the other. All of them are all the same for me, But God first, So, and my family is just uh, something that came along in this journey. I
Mhm.
met my wife doing this, and my kids came along doing this, But I'm thankful for the woman in my life because I've always let her know, look, regardless of wherever we're going to find ourselves in this relationship, that I'm always going to do the music, right? So I understand you might get mad or if I move out at night, but look, if it works out, so it's all part of a journey for me.
Absolutely. What's something you've learned about yourself recently through music?
That's a good question because I've not actually sat down to think about myself like that. I'm not even gonna lie to you, Amytra.
So,
Like, I've not actually I mean, we do be learning every day, but
yeah.
if I actually sit down, I probably will be able to tell you one or two. But have I actually sat down and reflect? I don't know.
Okay. We'll
Because
move
I
on.
probably have been busy,
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. I
Go
should.
move in the fast lane, it's
Mhm.
so fun.
You kind of work, and then you got the
Oh my
family
God.
life, and you're
It's a
connecting,
fast-paced
and you got
environment.
open mics, and so on and so on. What do you hope people remember about you? Not just your sound, but your essence.
Well, people should. Now, I don't expect anything. I don't expect people to know much about me right now,
Okay.
because I'm still trying to build that rep for myself. And while you're building the rep and people, like it, and then you start having your own little disciples here and there, followers, as they say on Instagram and social media, the moment they start, then maybe I'll be able to, I'll be hoping that people know that I'm a good person apart from music, you know, people will be able to see it. I want to be the kind of artist that connects, not just, don't want, and I have an inspiration for that. I have LaRusso. What is
LaRusso?
LaRusso? Yeah, I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right, but he's a Vallejo artist, he's a Bay Area artist, he's a rapper,
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He has a huge following and I follow him, and I see the way moves,
Mm-hmm.
I try to connect with him from that standpoint because I like to pick people that I want to inspire me, and I think it's a major inspiration for the way I want to move and I want to be remembered. I
Mm-hmm.
want people to see me like that. I want people to see me as somebody that, hey, look, it's not just an artist. It's someone that you can have coffee with.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like it's so down to earth.
Mm-hmm.
Like you almost think it's your best friend. Like I want people to see me as somebody that can send a text message, like just some
Sure.
random guy they
Yeah.
met somewhere at the bar.
Relatable.
Very, very relatable. Very, very relatable.
Mhm.
I just don't know how to put these things into words. I got too many things to say.
How important is it for African artists today to speak not just for themselves, but for their people, especially across borders?
It's very, very important. Yes, because you got to understand in this part of the world, or just in the world in general, if you come and find yourself in a place that you're not from, you'll be surprised how much of an idea people have of your kind of people. And I can tell you for a fact it is true. There's a whole lot of stereotype that comes with being a Nigerian, you know. But I don't want to go deep into it.
Sure.
But you see, being an African artist gives you the opportunity to change people's ideology behind the way they see Nigerians or the way they see Africans. I've found myself, I've gone to gyms where I mean, when I go to the gym sometimes, when I initially came into this country, you know, uh, I was having a conversation with one person and I found myself in another environment and I had conversation with other people, and what I could collate from this different demography or this different environment I found myself is they will tell you one word: Africans are weird. I don't know why. I don't understand what being weird means,
Hmm.
But then I've had to use the opportunity to let them know that the when I ask them the reason why you say, like, when you say Africans are weird and I ask you why do you feel that way, the answers they give me doesn't give me that impression because I'm an African.
Mhm.
In the United States, this is a new environment for me. If I do things a little bit different, it would definitely come off to you, but it doesn't mean I'm weird.
Right.
But that is that is the way they see a lot of us. But you see, as an African artist, if you are able to, you know, get into this market and have people that are from this part of the world believe in your music, now you have the opportunity to talk to them, educate them about where you're from, what you do, how your people are like. And over time, before you know, you have like probably 100 millions of people that will probably vouch for you as a Nigerian and tell you, hey, Nigerians are not like that.
No.
Exactly.
From what I know about them, they're vibrant,
Exactly.
loving, social, caring people
Oh yeah, family
that
oriented.
cook for you and want everyone new in the room to taste the cooking.
Oh
and
yeah.
Very community oriented.
Oh yeah, very, very community oriented for sure.
Lastly, what do you want people listening right now to know about Mikel right now?
I just want them to know I do music, and I do great music. My music is really amazing. When you are looking for the music that you want to inspire you, to get you dancing, to make you happy, to make you feel good about yourself, then you should probably be thinking about Mikel.
All
Like
right.
Mikel should be like a pill. Take one in the morning, two at night.
I love it. Thank you for that. Mikel, thank you for your music, your message, and your heart.
You're welcome.
Before we wrap up, how can listeners connect with you, follow your music, and support your journey?
Oh yeah, it's very easy. Just follow me on all social media platforms. It's the same thing. On Instagram, on Twitter, on YouTube is Mikel Mizi. That's my social media handles. MikelMizzy. And the link to my music platforms is on my social media
Wonderful.
platforms. Yeah, you can just click the link in my bio and you'll be able to reach me.
Great. This has been another intimate chapter of The Dream Room with Amytra. Keep dreaming, brave, keep loving deep, and keep listening.
Get it!